I only really got close to my parents after they died in the avalanche. We hadn't spoken for years, but now it feels like they're still with me, because I named my snails after them. George and Beverly. It sort of fits. I mean, Mum and Dad weren't giant or African, but they were snails. Hard shells, soft centres. Dad used to kill them in the garden. I tried to save them. I moved into the shed and became very close to snails. Mum and Dad didn't approve, and thanks to them interfering, my shed caught fire and my snails all died. So I moved to Brixton and made a new life without parents or snails. I didn't want to get hurt again. Then Mum and Dad died, and I realised how fragile life is, how we never cherish the precious things until it's too late. Well, I messed up with my parents, but I'm not going to do the same with snails. They're a part of my life now, George and Beverly. We make a good team. They have sex, and I watch. I'm not going to join in. Not yet.
At Home with the Snails by Gerard Foster, starring Geoffrey Palmer and Angela Thorne.
Right, I'm off.
Oh, stay and watch.
I have work to go to.
Oh, look at them go.
Yes, well, it's hard to believe, but there are couples out there who aren't as happy as George and Beverly the Snails. Don't know why they think I can help. I mean, what do I know about communication breakdown and deep-rooted sexual dysfunction?
Well, you can see the photos.
Alex, can you stop thinking about snails for 1 second?
Did you know Swedish slugs don't have sex?
What?
Well, it's anywhere north of Preston. Because of the cold, slugs fertilise themselves, so Swedish slugs don't have sex.
And neither do Swedish girls, right?
No, I wasn't thinking about you.
No, you never are you?
OK, let's have sex.
I don't want to have sex.
Nor do I.
Hooray! We're compatible.
You're Swedish, I like snails. I thought Swedish slugs might be common ground, but if you're not going to meet me halfway...
Why would I want to talk about slugs?
I don't know, I don't want to talk about slugs. They're horrible things. Swedish snails have sex.
Alex, are you going to get another job?
Look, I've got a few grand in savings. I just want to chill with my snails.
And you're not thinking about the future at all?
I might buy them a bigger aquarium when they start a family.
Well, it's 3 months since we died in the avalanche and there's been no rest or peace. We're stuck in this one-bedroom flat in Highgate, on top of each other all day, and for about a minute most nights. And I can't even nip down the shops without having to put on a disguise. I wonder if it's all worth it. Then I think of Alex, on the other side of the river, wishing he'd telephone when he had the chance. And I think how much closer we'll be when we tell him we're alive after all. For now, I'm making a family mug tree. It's an ambitious project, combining woodwork, pottery and a good deal of research at the British Library. But it'll be a nice thing. For Alex, when we're reunited, each mug individually decorated with the face of one of his relatives, all the way back to 1800, which by my reckoning works out at 12 metres of English oak, 200 mugs and 3 king-size pots of paint. Brown for the hair, blue for the eyes and white for the face. Oh, and a little pot of red for Rose. Must get her skin tone right. It's a shame there are no black faces. Makes us look like a bunch of Nazis, and I'm a big fan of black people when I see them on the telly. The songs, the smiles, the danger. Oh, it must be terribly exciting to be one.
Oh, I don't miss him. We've got microphones in every room in his house. Not strictly ethical, but all good material for the book. A deconstruction of the symbolics of grief. Fascinating. He doesn't touch snails in years, and the shock of us dying sends him spiralling back to his obsession. Oh, there's big psychological problems. Makes you wonder if something happened in his childhood. Must ask Beverly. I was in my study.
Are you ready?
For what?
Our session.
Oh, we're up now, and I don't want to kiss you. I've just cleaned my teeth.
Our counselling session.
What?
I booked a relationship counsellor. We don't seem to be communicating.
Well, you could have told me.
I did. Oh, that'll be Hosanna now.
You've booked the Swede?
Well, it was about time we met our future daughter-in-law.
We're supposed to be dead.
Not from the waist down, George. I want to work on this marriage, but if you don't, I can be out of that door.
Really?
I'm sure Alex would put me up.
All right, let's get her in, but if she suspects a thing...
Well, as far as she's concerned, we're Mr. and Mrs. Smith. There's no reason on earth she should think we're Alex's dead parents.
Hosanna! Come in. I'm Beverly and this is George.
Oh, My boyfriend's got a pair of snails called George and Beverly. No relation, I suppose.
Not the snails, no. Or Alex. Is he called Alex? You must have told me on the phone.
Beverly?
I've got to ask, what's this thing in the front garden?
Oh, it's my family mug tree. Oh, you might end up on there. Our first foreigner.
Oh, shut your big mouth, you idiot.
Well, sounds like we should get down to it.
Actually, I'm afraid my wife's been wasting your time. I'm not from Mars, and if Beverly is from Venus, well, that would explain her eccentric attempts at human cuisine, but not much else.
Yes, English people are often sceptical about the counselling process, but you'd be amazed how it helps, opening up to a stranger.
So, tell me about these snails.
Oh, don't get me started or we'll never get on to you.
No, come on, you're blocking.
No, really. So, tell me about yourselves.
I'd say the main problem is communication.
Yes, we're never on the same wavelength.
Sorry, Beverly. I was talking about Hosanna and, Alan?
Alex.
Yes. I'm sensing these snails of his are threatening your relationship.
Well, you're very sensitive, but we're here to talk about you.
Sorry. I used to do a bit of counselling myself, but I'm sure there's nothing for you to worry about. As long as he's not watching them have sex or anything.
What if he was?
Well, I'd hazard a guess that the snails are a displaced masturbatory tool, echoing the subject's distorted sexuality. But I'd need more details.
All right. What do you want to know?
George only lasts a few seconds.
Beverly, Hosanna's talking.
You have no idea what a disaster our sex life is.
You don't know when you're well off. You could be stuck in bed with this snail freak.
This isn't meant to be about me.
I bet he takes photos.
Yes, he does.
George!
Beverly, have some sensitivity. Hosanna, hold that thought. I'm just going to get my dictaphone.
2 almond rallies and a new Garth front. $14.95. A wise investment. A hand job round the corner would cost you 20. Oh, I feel like a whore, squeezing out the last drop. There I was, all set to inherit half of everything, when in barrel Mum and Dad cock a hoop because they're alive after all. And as if their resurrection from the dead wasn't depressing enough, Alex is getting clingy. When I've got a serious heart condition, I can do without him unburdening his stress onto me.
Hi.
What can I get you?
Oh, nothing. I just popped in. Hot, isn't it? Not many snails around. They come out in the rain.
Well, thanks for coming.
Have you, heard from Mum and Dad?
They're dead, Alex.
Yeah, but you said you sometimes had contact with them.
Oh, yeah, they talk to me all the time.
Do they ever mention me at all?
No.
They don't ever say, look out for your little brother?
No.
The two of you should stick together?
What is it?
It's just Hosanna. We're not getting on brilliantly.
Well, I've got cherry landmines for 16 quid. What are you after, full sex or manual relief?
Oh, not after sex. Well, sex would be a release, but I just wish she'd make more of an effort with the snails.
If you're wanting her to do stuff with animals, you'll need the apple traps. $22.50.
I just wish he could be more like George. For an Englishman, he was really in touch with his emotions. Well, in touch with my emotions. We never got on to his. Oh, he's hiding something. But by being open myself, I'm sure it's helping. Well, it's helping me. I'm so homesick. I can't stop cleaning the toilet just for the smell of pine forest. I comfort shop at IKEA. Each item's named after a place in my homeland. Trelleborg, Vetlanda, Båstad. Small towns, quite big pieces of furniture. It's under control. I'm Swedish. I'm not engineered to develop irrational obsessions.
Sorry.
We'll round it up to a minute.
There's the book. And the heat. And the 200 mugs rattling outside the window. Might help if I got the Swede round for another session.
Oh, good, George, yes.
And if you weren't there, butting in.
Well, she'll wonder where I am.
Oh, I'll tell her you're under the floorboards.
Oh, don't joke. We've only just laid the carpets.
Whatever. Just give us an hour.
And what will you do for the other 59 minutes?
Oh, come on. You know how bored by sex I am.
Yes, sex with me.
No. Intimacy with human beings in general.
Should we get a dog?
Well, if you think a dog would do in my place, I'm vaguely insulted.
I meant for you as a pet.
I don't need a pet. I've got Alex.
Well, he's your son, George. I was thinking of something you could have a warm, tactile relationship with. I like Hosanna. She's very well adjusted.
Yes, it's worrying, isn't it? I can see her trying to save him from his snails.
Maybe she'll manage it.
Yes. And what will I write my book about?
Oh, blow the book, George. It's Alex that matters.
Well, of course it's Alex that matters. The poor boy's suffering a major identity crisis. And when he reads the book, he'll find out what's caused it.
Yes, you writing books about him.
Beverly, the unexamined life isn't worth living.
It's his life, George.
Yes, and I'm examining it for him.
Ah, the sex has been great. Do you want to see some photos?
I'm sure Rose didn't come round to look at your snails. This is Sternensund. Population 20,000. Features include a chemical works, 3 shelves and a sliding door.
Are you trying to bore me into leaving?
Well, I wasn't. But this is Göteborg. It has a theme park, a tram system and a handy compartment for TV listings magazines. Oh, what is that doing in Göteborg?
Oh, come on, Beverly. Back in the tank.
I hope my brother isn't funding these cheap imports.
No, I have a job.
Oh, the relationship counselling. I do a bit of that myself. How did the apple traps go down?
Well, Hosanna didn't.
Thought you might need to up the prescription. I bought over a box of cognac gash. 10 of these should be horizontal.
Thanks, that's great.
$27.99.
I'll write you a cheque.
Alex, neither of us likes Rose's chocolates.
Well, I think Mum and Dad would want me to support my sister's business.
Yes, they do. They told me.
Really?
Well, that £3,000 isn't going to go far.
You've got £3,000?
Just savings. Actually, when's this inheritance coming through?
Oh, you know, legal stuff, papers.
Right, well, you know, if you ever want a hand.
Alex, Mum and Dad are dead. Is money all you can think of?
Sorry.
Can you write me that cheque?
Oh, I'm glad Alex and Rose are seeing more of each other. That's what this is all about. Family. So I've come to Brixton. I can't let him see me, of course, but I feel closer, wandering round the market, blending in with the locals. It's funny how people look at you differently when you're black. It's the same old me underneath the shoe polish, but suddenly I'm getting odd looks from white people and black people. That's the real eye-opener. The bigotry runs so deep they're actually prejudiced against themselves. Well, I'm not going to give in to the racists. This shoe polish stays on.
They wander round the place as if they own it. There were trails all over Malmö this morning.
Interesting the way you cling to these symbols.
His snails are the ones clinging to them. Helsingborg is covered in slime. They use the university town of Lund as a toilet.
Lucky you're a tolerant race.
No, I'm going to make him get rid of them.
Now, hang on. What's a couple of snails between friends?
It's not normal.
Me got some yams for dinner. Oh, Hosanna, I thought you'd have gone.
What the hell do you look like?
Gosh, it's hot out there. I think I've caught the sun.
You see what I said about the weather?
Beverly, get out.
Is it because I is black?
No, it's because you was covered in shoe polish.
Beverly, are you all right?
I'm fine, yes. I had to go down to Brixton. And you know, when in Rome...
Well, I live in Brixton. Lots of white people live in Brixton. We don't put shoe polish on our face.
Oh, this is all over.
It will be all over. First you build a 20-foot-tall mug tree in the front garden, then you put on a black and white minstrel show. Are you trying to draw attention to us?
George, this isn't working.
Well, that's why I'm here.
No, that's not why you're here. George, I want to tell her the truth.
What?
We can't go on living this lie. It's tearing us apart. The truth is, Hosanna...
Beverly thinks she's black. It's a psychological condition known as racial dysphoria. She's a black woman trapped inside a white body.
That's so English.
Yes. We have our little secret like everyone else. But I put up with it because I love her.
What are
Shut
you
up,
talking...
Beverly. Hosanna, if you want your relationship to work, you'll accept Alex for what he is. You won't try to change him. You'll change yourself. You'll embrace the snails.
So there I am, spending some quality time with George and Beverly, when suddenly Hosanna comes up, and she starts talking to them. In a really patronising way. She's saying, "Good snails, aren't you good snails?" as if they've just cleaned the bath and wiped round the bowl. They were having sex. That's what they do. They don't want her sticking her nose in. I photograph them. I don't engage them in conversation. And the next day I get back from seeing Rose, and Hosanna's fed them, which is one of the few pleasures I have left in life. And she's telling me how she stroked them. You don't stroke snails. They won't purr. You tap them very gently on their shells, and they sing back to you so quietly you can't actually hear it. I didn't tell her that. That's my secret. And next she says she's had a think, and maybe we should let our snails have little babies after all. Our snails. They're my snails.
Alex, are you asleep?
Oh, you're coming to bed, are you now? Got bored of George and Beverly, have you?
I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Snails are great.
Aye, I was listening to that.
Well, you promised I could bore you with my news from the library.
I thought you'd finished all that malarkey.
Well, I had to go back. It felt like there was something wrong with the family mug tree.
There is. It's in our front garden.
No, something else, and I've unearthed a whole bundle of letters from my great-great-great-grandmother. I'm still wading through them, but at the moment, she's stuck on a cotton plantation in the Caribbean, surrounded by slaves, singing all day, which sounds fun, but great-great-great-grandfather's a bit of a bully, and she's very unstimulated.
Beverly, I think they may be having sex.
Well, they try, but he lost half his genitals in a card game with the tiger.
No, Hosanna and Alex. I think they're about to have sex.
Oh, well, put it on. It's been months.
All thanks to my relationship counselling. The Swede has blossomed from a well-balanced young woman into a snail lover. And now they've found something in common. It can't be long before marital relations.
Alex, do you want to touch me?
She is keen.
Alex,
What?
I want you to touch me.
All right.
Not on the elbow.
Where, then?
You know. There.
What? There?
There is a good start.
What about there?
You're getting warmer.
What about there?
There is very warm indeed. There is hot. There is very hot. Oh, you're so hot.
Hosanna, there's something cold down there.
Can you tell what it is yet?
What is Beverly doing down there?
I thought she could join us.
The two of us and a snail.
Don't you like the thought of letting a snail slide all over you?
Yes, I do. It's a very sensual experience.
What? You've done it?
Of course I've done it. For some of us, snails isn't a passing fad. But sleeping with a snail is a sacred thing you do as part of a committed relationship.
I thought it might liven things up a bit.
Well, we can manage, just the two of us.
Fine. I'll take her back.
No, the two of us, me and Beverly. You'll be all right on the sofa, or Stockholm, or whatever you call it.
You're chucking me out.
Well, I think Beverly's been messed around with enough for one night.
You want to come with me, don't you, Beverly?
Can you stop stroking her?
You good snail. Oh, yes. You very, very good snail. Mwah.
Oh, you kissed her! Oh, I've created a monster! I've turned you into me!
I thought you wanted me to like snails.
I don't know what I want, but it's not this. I mean, I'd rather live in Sweden.
Okay.
Oh, it's funny hanging round Brixton, thinking I might bump into Beverly the snail, now he's let them go. Don't know what she looks like, but there can't be many giant Africans in this neck of the woods. Not snails, anyway. I shall miss Brixton if Alex moves to Sweden. It's only shoe polish, but I feel like I belong, banging my steel drums in the sun. Well, dustbin lids. I pull quite a crowd some days, all laughing along. Still face discrimination at the library. They insist I wear gloves to read the letters, as if my colour might somehow soil their precious archives. But I found myself a black chum and we stick together. Actually, I think I'm better at being black than he is. He doesn't listen to reggae or smoke the ganja. But I'm filling him in.
So, how have things been?
Sweet, George, innit?
Oh, terrific. But what about you? I'm sensing change.
No, we really mustn't talk about me today. But Alex has given up his snails.
Yes, you sound almost happy. I thought I told you to embrace the snails.
Oh, I took your advice. Only I pretended to embrace them.
What?
He's English. He just wants to be different. So when I said I liked snails...
You manipulative little bitch.
George, chill.
She deceived Alex.
I saved our relationship. We're moving to Sweden next week.
Next week? When was this decided?
Alex has money in the bank. We just want to get out of this country.
Hosanna, I'm sensing a big mistake. He may have let his snails go, but they'll follow you to Sweden. He'll never give up his snails.
Do you know Alex?
No, but look at the freak I married. This black business.
You said it was fine.
I was putting a brave face on it.
So, Beverly suffers from racial dysphoria.
There's no such thing, you stupid girl.
Me do feel a bit black.
Oh, shut up. And stop smoking that stuff. You're mad enough as it is.
On a stormy night in 1834, my great-great-great-grandmother lies in labour. Oh, the child is her lover's. She can tell from the way it kicks on the offbeat. Her husband suspects and waits for the proof. Fingers clenched round his big black rod. It's a phallic symbol, a substitute penis, yes. That's good. The baby arrives. He pushes the midwife aside and seizes the child, rubbing away the red of afterbirth to examine the colour underneath. He frowns. Is there a problem? Asks my great-great-great-grandmother. Yes, replies her husband. It's a girl. So by some miracle, the baby lives and grows, black on the inside, white on the out, transmitting her secret genes from one generation to the next, until one day, her great-great-granddaughter puts on some shoe polish and says, I'm black. None of this is in the letters, but reading between the lines... It's a sign.
Rose, you're getting soaked out there.
Yes. Well, let me in.
Oh, sorry.
Rose, hi.
Oh, you're having a bonfire.
What?
Oh, now I look closely, I see that pile of old planks is actually a new bookcase.
Well, it was nice of you to come and say goodbye.
Actually, I came to say hello from Mum and Dad.
Really? What did they say?
Oh, that they miss you, they love you, and they think you should give me £3,000.
That's specific.
You were right. They really want us to work as a team. And it's stupid me scraping by in the shop when you've got cash in the bank.
Alex, that money is for us to go to Sweden.
Should have spent all yours on this tat.
Get your fat fingers off Helsingborg.
Are you going to let her talk to your new partner like that?
Partner? Wow. Is a cheque going to be all right?
Yeah, they said that should be fine.
So, your mum and dad contacted Rose from beyond the grave just to tell you to give her £3,000.
Oh, they also said your girlfriend's been going around clients' houses and slagging off you and your snails.
No, you're trying to cause trouble now.
Apparently she never even liked snails. Just pretended so you'd follow her back to Sweden.
Is this true?
Of course it's not.
Oh, you've gone all red.
So have you.
I have a red face.
You know, it's lucky we're surrounded by all this natural wood, otherwise I might be losing control of my emotions.
These dead trees really do something for my psychic aura.
Alex, stomp the bits.
Rose?
Nothing to do with me. That was Mum.
Really?
Look, are you going to give me the money or what?
Of course he'll give her the money. And without the money, he'll have to stay in England. Oh, I'm bad, I know. Manipulating him when I should be an impartial observer. But it's for the good of the book. Where's she going in this weather?
To Brixton! To save Alex! Of course he's got an identity crisis. He's black. I am black. Half the family mug tree is black. Well, it is now. It's gone up in smoke. And I don't care if I'm supposed to be dead. Alex has a right to know his cultural heritage.
So you never liked George and Beverly?
Of course I didn't. I nearly puked when I had to kiss that thing.
You used me.
I love you.
You are so cold.
Scandinavians. Come on, sign the cheque.
Alex, she's using you.
You're both using me.
I'm just acting for Mum and Dad.
Yeah, well, they're using me, and they're supposed to be dead.
Where are you going?
Well, seeing as you're all such experts in my life, I might as well leave you to it. Rose, Hosanna, Mum, Dad, if you're there, talk amongst yourselves. I'll come back in a while, and you can tell me what to do with the rest of my futile existence.
Better take an umbrella.
Thanks.
You've upset him now.
Can you not lean on Helsingborg?
What, is it going to fall apart?
Yes, I've only just glued it.
Oh dear. Lucky you're such a tolerant race.
Oh, yes. Good old Sweden. We love peace so much we let Hitler invade Norway. Well, Hitler didn't invade us, because if he had, we'd have shown him a bloody war. Come on!
Okay.
Ow! Bitch! Ow! Ow!
Get off!
Oh! No! Oh!
I rang and rang on Alex's door. Then the rain stopped and I caught sight of my reflection in a puddle. The rain had washed my black self away. I was white on the outside and, let's face it, white on the inside. Maybe I did go a little too far on the skunk weed. So, time to put Black Beverly back in the shoe cupboard. It was fun, but being black isn't all it's cracked up to be. The more of them I met, the more I realised they're just like white people, really. A bit dull.
So much for Sweden and peace. Sweden in pieces, more like. Malmö's destroyed. Göteborg is ruined. I've tried gluing Karlskoga back together, but it wobbles. Still, Rose won't be coming round with cognac gash in a hurry. 10 rounds of me, and she was the one horizontal.
They come out in the rain. I went out into the storm and turned a corner, and there were snails all around me. Seemed like a sign. Everyone tries to use me as Anna, Rose, Mum and Dad. With snails I can be myself, do what I want to do, have a good time. So I picked them all up and I took them home. As Anna's mad. Gonna be even madder when the eggs start hatching. I haven't seen George and Beverly, but I guess they're out there somewhere, starting a giant African family of their own. The English ones won't mind. They're peace-loving animals, snails. I feel quite proud. A few years from now, there'll be a vibrant, multicultural snail community in Brixton, South London.
Another chapter done, and I've still got Snail Boy where I want him. Oh, it's hard watching my own son arse up his life like this. But the book isn't quite finished yet.
At Home with the Snails was written by Gerard Foster and starred Geoffrey Palmer as George, Angela Thorne as Beverly and Gerard Foster as Alex, with Miranda Hart as Rose and Deborah Stevenson as Hosanna. The producer was Jane Berthoud.